How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was in market conditions. Well, you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What's the difference between a guitar and a fish? You can't tuna fish. I know, tuna fish. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN, which ended up having a green day. I told you guys already, we've been having high conviction on this channel, and look at where we at right now. There's a lot of FOMO coming into the stock due to the news that we ended up getting today. We'll talk further about that. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We saw OCGN ended up having a lot of momentum on the day, but we want to see some certain areas that we have some support, especially since we were able to have this run up. So you want to be prepared for those pullbacks, but if we end up making a move to the upside, what we can expect to see. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information. The reason why we want to know about this, because this does have an impact on the overall stock. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions loading up on shares today when we ended up getting that news update. We know there was a lot of FOMO coming into the play due to the fact that, hey, there's a lot of people saying, hey, I want to make sure I'm in here before it runs up even further. So again, we're going to see if institutions were taking part in that. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So ended up closing at $8.28, being up 15.80%. On the low, it tested $7.14, and then on the high, testing $8.75. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 76.526 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 12.664 million shares. So we ended up having a good amount of volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we saw strength in the overall stock price. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 60.94. Of course, yes, we are in the overbought territory, but because we are seeing some momentum. When we take a look at our moving averages, we continue to have strength above the 200-day, and you could also see right here, we are now above the 100-day, being at $8.14, and we closed the day at $8.28. So as far as what does I want to look forward to in regards to tomorrow for OCGN, I would love to see us get to this $9 level. We already know this is a psychological level. There's going to be a lot of profit taking, a lot of selling pressure, but if we're able to make some further moves to the upside, then of course I want to see us get to the 930s, and with that who knows, we could easily get to the $10 range. Now, if we do decide to pull back, one of the areas that I want to see us hold up due to the fact we've had this run is right here at this $8 level. So right around that 100-day I was talking about previously. Remember, it was around $8.03. So holding up this $8 area will definitely look good. And if we get the news on top of that, like I said, we can look forward to seeing that strong move. And if we do decide to pull back and go below $8, then the next area that I want to see actually hold up will be here right around the 780s. So it was definitely a great day for us overall in general. And as far as the price action is concerned, it's been consolidating and building up support within the tight range like we've been speaking about, and that's why I was saying if we end up getting that catalyst as far as the EUL, I can see a big time move going above $10 and easily getting past 11 and potentially getting all the way over here to 12. Very achievable here. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 650,000, updated 20 minutes ago, and for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 2.42%, updated 20 minutes ago as well. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 8th, it was at 58.48. The close for the 9th, it was at 43.42. And then the close for the 10th being at 50.78. So one thing that we could see clearly, OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential. It will be very interesting to see what the numbers will be later on in the evening due to the fact we ended up having a very strong run up when we got an update in regards to the WHO. So what I want to actually see coming from OCGN going into tomorrow with this data that we just took a look at, let's see if shorts start covering their positions or if we end up getting that official decision actually coming out sooner. So hey, we'll just have to continue to be patient here. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we could see here on the inflow, it was at 158, and then on the outflow, it was 145. So what we could see on the large, it was at 1.86, and then on the medium, it was at 106, and then on the small, it was at 50.66. On the outflow side, we had 0 on the large. On the medium, we had 101, and then on the small, we had 44.58. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for today being at 1,862.43, and keep in mind when we went over the order flow, this is in the millions. So there were definitely institutions that made sure that they got in their positions today. Yes, they FOMO'd just like a lot of retail investors and traders as well. I also know there's also a good amount of profit taken, and we can notice this from the small and as well as the medium scale orders, which is of no surprise, and that is something to expect since we did end up seeing a lot more volume that we have on average. So as far as going into tomorrow and for the rest of the week, we could see some upside, especially they end up coming through with that news and it being official actually from WHO. I'll talk about that further in the final thoughts, so let's get to it right now. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, it was definitely great seeing the momentum that we had today. As far as the news is concerned, there's a few things that I want to make sure that you guys fully understand here. We did not get an official approval from WHO as of yet. What the news was all about was saying that we should be getting some news sometime this week. So I want to make sure I'm being very clear about that. Is there a possibility that we may not get this news this week? Of course, because again, we need to have the official word coming from the World Health Organization in regards to the EUL. So I want to make sure that you guys fully understand this. I know I got a question on Webull about it, and I make sure that I answered it, but I just want to let you guys know what's going on right now is a lot of FOMO. We've already took a look at the chart, and if we end up getting this WHO approval, this stock could easily get to $10. There's no shock about that because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be buying in. Also, another thing to realize, once they're able to get this approval, it really does give them the recognition that they need to actually move covaxin further. This could also help in regards to it being more widely accepted, especially in Canada and as well as the US, where Ocugen is trying to make sure that they can get some access so they can actually have covaxin in the hands of many who are looking out for it. And we already know that COVID is not going anywhere. So as far as covaxin is concerned, I feel like it could really carve itself an area in the market, especially with the technology that they're using with the vaccine. A lot more people are familiar with it. They are not mRNA type vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna as well. And of course, we already do know they are doing studies on younger populations, which is really great because if that ends up moving further and there's more data that comes out in regards to that, and then actually it being upgraded and maybe OCGN taking some trials, doing them on US soil, possibly seeing if they can actually get further and actually be able to advance that. But again, this is only going to come down to whether we get that BLA, which we need to look forward to, and as well as hearing back from Canada in regards to, hey, getting that emergency use authorization. We haven't gotten an update on that as well. But for the most part, things are looking good. We got to make sure we take it step by step here, and getting that EUL will definitely be great. And if we get it this week, even better. As far as for all of the people that were inside of the Discord who were able to make some money off of some call option plays that we are in, I want to congratulate you. I know many of you who watched this video have been swing trading OCGN as well. I want to congratulate you as well. Make sure that you protect your profits. But for the most part, things do look good. We have some choppy markets that are continuing. We saw that, hey, there was a lot of momentum towards the end of the day. Let's see if it continues because we do have CPI data that's coming out tomorrow on Tuesday around 8 a.m. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.